Salutations. This is Stephen and Ben with About Time at 10:15. We hope you enjoy the podcast. You take care now.
It's completely insane.
That, and a bit magnificent.
Welcome to About Time, a Doctor Who podcast. I'm Stephen, and I've been a Doctor Who fan since 2005.
And I'm Ben, and I've never seen the show before.
Now we're watching and discussing every episode of the revived series, and quite frankly, it's about time. Hello.
Hello.
How are we today?
Alright.
Yeah, it's a tough time.
It's a tough time, and also I'm just trying to... You know when you're working, and you have a moment, and you think, like, if I do this until retirement, I'm going to feel a little bit sad. And a little bit regretful and all this.
Yeah, I know.
That I didn't try anything new, and I didn't try to do what I do something new. So I'm going through that at the moment. I'm just trying to plan.
You're reassessing,
rethinking what I can do with my life, which is good. It's always good to do it.
Yeah.
And now I tried to do it in 22, didn't I?
Last year, yeah.
Yeah. And then I had many things go on, and but I'm medicated now.
Yes.
Not marijuana. I take a thing called a little pill. It's blue. Not Viagra.
Viagra, yeah.
Not Viagra. But so I'm giving myself time to formulate a plan that puts me in the best place for whatever future endeavour I choose to do.
Because you've got a lot to offer, and I think that's why you're feeling unfulfilled, because you've got a lot to offer and you feel like you're not using what you've got.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, it's a tough time for me as well. It's end of term at school.
You've got. I don't understand. I will be honest now, Sam. That's my brother. I will be honest, Stephen. I don't understand your workplace.
So essentially, we've had a half day today, which was the last day for the children, and we're going back in for a full day tomorrow for an inset day, which is joy that knows no bounds. But yeah, it's a tough time of year because things are changing, and I've been with a particular class for 2 years.
Yeah. And
so I'm having to leave them now because I'm going to a different year group, and I'm quite sad about that because they're a lovely bunch, and change is hard.
Yeah. But I'm sure you'll rise to the challenge.
Yeah.
As you did when you first applied. You were nervous about that.
Yeah, definitely. Things are always scarier before you do them.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I think the change won't hit me till tomorrow.
We have a very important announcement.
What's our announcement?
On Sunday, we're seeing Barbara.
Who's Barbara?
Barbara.
Is that her full name?
Yeah.
What is her full name? Do we know?
Barbara something Mattel.
Okay. If you couldn't infer from that, we're going to see Barbie. That's the plan anyway. We haven't booked yet, but...
No, we haven't booked. It might be overbooked.
So maybe on our next recording we could put a spoiler warning in and then discuss that. But yeah. Anywho, so that's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Any other news?
Had a pack of Oreos. Had a pack of... Who likes crunchy Whatsits?
Not me.
I've just discovered them. They're nice.
Oh, okay.
Do you like knickknacks?
No.
Oh, knickknacks are the best. Stephen.
Yes.
Please do a poll of knickknacks.
A poll of knickknacks. What? Yeah. Different flavours?
Yeah, they do 3 flavours.
Okay.
They do nice and spicy, lemon and scampi and lemon.
Right.
And rib and saucy. Oh.
Okay. So
my favourite ranking is this.
Okay.
Rib and saucy.
Number 1.
Next one is scampi and lemon.
And bottom of the pile is
nice and spicy.
Okay.
I can eat nice and spicy. Just a bit. I find spicy a bit boring sometimes, especially in crisps.
Okay. So you want me to do a poll on social media? I'd
love you to do a poll. I know this is a podcast that is about Doctor Who, and but I'm a massive foodie.
I know you are,
and I would love Stephen to do this or that foods.
Maybe on Twitter or on Instagram
or Threads.
Yeah.
Have we got a Threads?
No, we haven't. No.
We should get a Threads.
No.
We should get a Threads.
I don't want Threads.
We should get a Threads.
I don't
Twitter's
want
dying and Threads is in.
Yeah, Twitter is dying, and I hate it. But I'm not starting Threads.
Then I'll start it. And then
I know I said that about TikTok as well. I'm not going on TikTok, but yeah.
Anywho, should we talk about this ep?
Yes, we've watched Series 3, Episode 3.
Yeah.
The Lock of Grid.
Almost a box episode.
Gridlock. But you mean a bottle episode? I think that's what they're known as.
Stephen, you were just being polite there. You know that they're known that. You know that they're known that. And you just added that to make yourself feel softer.
Yeah, I didn't want to sound like a total arsehole, so I was just like, I believe that's what they're known as. But no, I think that, yes, that is what they're known as, isn't it? Anyway, did you like this episode?
It was all right.
I really like it. I think it's good. I think it's different, and I think I like when Doctor Who does something more experimental.
Yes.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and I like this one.
Yeah. I absolutely love the cat peeps.
The cat people.
The cat peeps are my fave of all peeps.
Yeah. When you saw Brannigan take his mask off and you saw he was a cat as well, you went, oh, like so excited.
I love it. I love it. I love it when we see good aliens. I know they're like humanoid cats and, oh, we need to talk about Brannigan's wife.
And the kittens.
For fuck's sake. Okay, this is the thing. The Doctor said they now have 3 passengers. No, there's like 7 kittens.
3
there.
adults. They made that clear at the beginning. You have to have 3 adults.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the human woman having kittens.
They surely are not compatible to make babies. They would be.
Well, we don't know where the cat people came from. How they.
They just wanted. They didn't want to have to make these cat babies.
No, but you don't know what they're going to grow up. They may look like kittens now, but as they get older, they could walk upright and, you know.
Okay, have you ever seen these, like, rebirth babies?
What?
I think they're called rebirth baby or reborn babies. Basically, they're hyper-realistic dolls.
Right.
Hyper realistic.
What, as in disturbingly realistic?
Yeah. Like, hyper.
And who are they for?
Collectors.
Right.
And they do use dolls now in Alzheimer's treatment.
Okay.
Like, they use it as doll therapy, and apparently it's quite good.
Okay. But yeah, I understand what you're saying about the human woman giving birth to kittens. But you should have seen the actress when she read that bit in the script. I mean, I think she was really nervous about it. I think she was having kittens.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I thought you were going to go some juicy back scene.
No,
goss.
I just made that up.
This is what I live with.
So you commented on the opening scene. You said, are they meant to look like that painting?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's American Gothic by Grant Wood.
Yeah. Stephen had to Google that, by the way.
No, I knew the name of it. I knew it was American Gothic. I had to look up the painter.
It's in the opening of Desperate Housewives.
Oh, yes, it is, yes. Yeah, I wonder why they made that choice. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Just to drum it in that this is America. Yet we have an Irish cat.
Well, there's a lot of Irish people in America.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, they all moved over, like...
But they still have Irish accents, even though they're descended.
Oh, I don't know.
But the cat doesn't come from Ireland, Stephen.
Oh, I don't know.
It comes Cat Narnia somewhere in
Cat
the space.
Narnia. Cat Narnia. The land.
Catland.
Yeah. No, I like Cat Narnia.
What was the wife's name? Oh, Valerie.
Valerie, yes.
He's so dated with his names.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry if you're named these names.
Yeah.
Just like certain names you have to grow into.
Yeah, but you got to remember, like, this is billions of years in the future, so who knows what names are in fashion.
I just had this thought.
Yeah.
Just like you peek into this is baby Valerie, baby Val.
Why is that funny?
And it's just like this wrinkly old baby.
Poor Valerie. Anyone called Valerie who's listening, I do apologise.
Okay, I have an auntie called Valerie.
Do you?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've been talking about Brannigan and Valerie. You know who the actor was playing Brannigan?
Fathered Headman.
Ardlo Hanlon.
Fathered Headman. He's the voice in that show we watched.
The voice in
The Dead
what?
Dad. The Dead Dad.
Oh, God, yes. In Extraordinary.
He's also in My Hero, where he plays Thermo Man.
Okay. He was also in Cucumber.
He's also in Cucumber. I didn't remember that.
Yeah. He's got a lovely voice.
Yeah. He is quite handsome though as well.
But
like
you couldn't
in
see
the older
that.
days.
You couldn't see that in the cat mask.
Like, yeah, like when I was a teenager and like coming, like thinking like, okay, so I'm definitely into men.
Dipping your toe in the water.
Yeah, like I have a taste. I do have a taste. If you look at like Brendan Fraser, dark hair, blue eyes. If you look at Harlow Hannion, whatever his name is, Father Ted Man, dark hair, blue eyes.
I thought you had fair hair.
Darkish hair.
Okay.
Dishwater blonde, I would call it.
Oh, dishwater blonde. Lovely.
Dishwater blonde is a dirty blonde. Dirty blonde is dirty blonde.
Okay.
I went to Percival College and she called herself blonde. I said, no, I actually said to her face, it's more like dishwater blonde.
Oh my God, Ben. You have no filter.
I have no filter. I'm probably, very most probably ADHD, because the other day I was with a colleague in the warehouse and the back shutter was open and my colleague was doing something. And I was just talking to him about serious stuff, what he has to achieve in the day. And then a balloon went by and I went, oh, there's a balloon. And then I went back to talking about serious stuff.
That's very you.
And I went to go see the balloon as I was talking. So yeah.
That's very you.
I'm like a dog.
Yes.
In a way. It's like I get distracted very easily.
You do. You do.
Maintaining focus is very hard. Unless I'm hyper-focused.
Yeah.
And then I get very irritable when people take me out of that focus.
Yeah, don't I know it.
When I'm sewing, definitely.
Yeah. Anyway, what else can we talk about? I've made loads of notes. The scene where the Doctor was describing Gallifrey to Martha at the beginning.
Yes.
When she asked, like, can we go there? And he was like, no.
Yeah.
You said to me, why is he not telling her?
He wanted to be someone else.
He wanted to pretend they were still alive just because it felt good. But so at the end of the episode, when he does tell her, it's like a mark of respect. Like, he only shares
He
that.
only told her because she was like, I'm not going anywhere, bitch.
Yeah, she stood her ground, which I like. Because
Martha.
she could sense that he was not treating her with respect that she deserves. So, yeah.
Dr. M, or trainee Dr. M, we love her. We stan her.
We do.
She has totally blown Rose right out the water. Because she's compassionate. She also is a fast thinker and she can survive on her own. Look at what she did with the crabs. The Macrons.
The Macra.
God.
Macron was a French president.
I'm pretty sure he was listening to the Macarena when he was making this episode.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, they're crabs. Oh, the Macarena.
No, he didn't make up the Macra. They appeared in the classic series.
Oh.
In the 60s.
Were they humanoid then evolved?
Not
into...
humanoid. They always look like massive crabs. I have watched it once, and I can't remember that much about it, but I know that they were very intelligent and calculating. And so, as he said, they've sort of devolved over the centuries.
And they feed off gas.
Now they're just beasts, yeah.
If they feed off gas, then they need to go and find those gas people. They have a feast.
Oh, yeah. Another thing, I brought up the Time Machine in an episode recently, the H.G. Wells book, because I read that for the first time like a couple of years ago. And, like, there's giant crabs in that. There's a bit towards the end of the book where he, like, he's trying to go home, but he accidentally whizzes even further and further into the future, and, like, into the future of planet Earth. And he comes to a time when it's just, like, desolate and ruled by these, like, giant crabs. Oh. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I bet when they made up the macro in the 60s, I bet they got that from H.G. Wells. Oh, fun little Easter egg. Did you notice when they stepped out of the TARDIS at the beginning, what the Doctor did?
No.
He pulled something out the TARDIS door. The arrow that was shot into it at the end of the last episode.
Oh.
Remember that?
I do remember Queen Elizabeth being off with his head.
Yeah, that's a nice bit of continuity. It's funny that it survived the time vortex, though. The arrow.
Well, it's protected in the bubble of the TARDIS. The TARDIS has a bubble.
Yeah, but in the time vortex... Oh, I don't know.
It's made out of fucking wood, Stephen. It needs to have some protection.
No, but is it really made of wood? I don't know.
Well, the TARDIS, yeah.
It's... Oh, I don't know, actually.
Made out of wood.
Because it's...
Made out of wood. Made out of wood.
It's Can I actually say what I'm trying to say?
No.
It's visually...
Made out of wood.
It's visually designed to blend in to look like a police box.
Made out of wood.
But does that mean its exterior becomes...
I'm going to quote Martha Jones. She knocked on it, and it was wood.
Yeah, but it may be mimicking wood, but is it actually wood?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Write in with your opinions on that.
Yeah.
If the chameleon circuit was working,
Yes.
and the TARDIS could disguise itself as anything wherever it landed.
Yes.
So, say it landed and it became a tree. Would it actually be a tree? Mm-hmm. If it landed underwater and it became like a submarine or something?
Yes, it would be a
I don't know. Does it really, or is it just a visual
because
thing?
it's chameleon. Okay, it's not a hologram.
No, but does the material...
the cells
Yeah.
actually morph
Yeah.
into the
So the TARDIS exterior
material.
is actually wood.
Yes,
Okay.
I believe so.
Crazy. And yeah, it is also basically indestructible. So it's got to be...
Force field.
Yeah, okay.
Because that little poster would have flown right off.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we return to New York in this episode, but saw a different side of it.
You took me to the slums.
Why is Martha now with a Northern Irish accent?
You're taking me to the slums.
Also, loved that bit. You ever heard the word rebound?
Yeah. Martha knows exactly what she is.
She knows exactly what's going on.
She is like, so I'm falling for this man, but I'm just his rebound. Do.
Yeah.
Falling for this man, but he's just my rebound. Do. This is what Stephen's life is like.
Yes.
His life is like a musical. Some people would say it's a curse, some say it's a blessing.
It's like a musical that would get panned on Broadway.
Can't believe you just said that to me. Imagine like the Doctor Who being like a gremlin and like you can't feed it or water it after midnight. And then like Martha accidentally feeds him after midnight and he turns into the Master. And he's like amoebas and splits.
Okay.
Oh my god, maybe that's a multiplies. Oh my god, the Master is the Doctor's twin or some sibling or some family connection. The evil brother trope is... Why do I feel like I've hit a nail on the head?
You haven't.
Oh, okay.
You have, but you haven't. You will see by...
He's a clone, what went wrong.
No. Anything else you want to talk about from this episode?
The happy emotion thing's quite cool idea.
The mood patches, yeah.
She had honesty on her.
Yeah.
Then Martha ripped it off like wax.
Yeah, because she sees it as drugs, which I guess it is in a way.
It is, yeah, 100%.
But
it's purified drugs.
Yeah.
Like they've narrowed down the effects that it has on you.
But she used her like 21st century approach and like, you know, you're having a baby and you're wearing that. Like,
yeah, but Stephen, think about it. Everyone up above overdosed.
Oh, they did, yeah.
So she did the right thing.
I guess, yeah. Speaking of them, Milo and Jean.
Okay, Google that woman.
I don't need to Google. I can tell you who she is.
She did a BBC drama about a fashion company.
Oh, right.
And she was the lead. Google it now.
Her name is Lenora Critchlow.
Let me Google it. Because I watched it just before I went to university and absolutely loved it. It made me want to be a fashion designer in a heartbeat.
She was also in something else that I tried to get you to watch and you hated.
Oh, being pukey human.
She was the ghost, Annie.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Right, we're going to go to her work and then we're going to go to TV. Material Girl, I knew it. I need to watch that.
So you liked that then? I gather.
I really did like it.
Okay, was she the lead?
She was the lead. Yeah. And like, she was so good in it. And like the villain's really good in it. And like, it was so good.
Yeah. And do you think she was good in this?
Meh.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a small part, really.
I think it was... They could have been cut.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Martha was with them for the whole episode.
Oh, I would have cut them and just made Martha just go with the grannies.
No.
Oh, I love the grannies.
We'll come on to the grannies.
The Chryslers?
The Cassinis. Oh. We'll come on to them. But while
we're not sisters, we're married.
Okay, we'll come on to them now. Apparently.
No, carry on what you're doing.
No. I said while we were still on Milo and Jean, I was going to say...
she's preggo.
No. We have a candidate.
Oh. Milo for Hottie of the Week.
100%.
Okay, I like the man with the bowler hat.
Oh, okay. You like, I don't know what his name was.
He had nice chiseled cheekbones, though. I'll give him that.
What, Milo?
Yeah, he had like not gaunt, but like slightly indented cheekbones.
A good jawline. Yeah.
Cheekbones.
Oh, okay.
It's higher up than your jawline.
Oh,
Your
okay.
jawline's down here,
Okay.
not your cheek.
Anyway.
And what's his name?
The actor? I don't know, actually.
Oh, he's just a pretty face to you then.
He is. He's just Milo from Gridlock. But he.
Do you know who would have played that role really well?
Who?
Will Mellor from.
Oh,
Two Packets of
yeah.
Lager and Packet of Crisps.
Okay. Do you like Will Mellor in an attractive way?
He was my 2011 crush. I remember having a TV in my room at uni. I remember having I used to watch BBC Three before I went to bed, and two packets of gum and a packet of
2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps.
that's one. That was on,
Yeah.
and I think that show okay for me.
I've never watched it.
Oh, it's good. It is good. I personally think it should have ended a lot sooner than it should have. It should have ran for about 3 to 4 seasons max. 11. There was no storyline for that. And the other lady who was in the Blobby episode.
What?
She was in the episode where... Me, save yourself!
What the fuck?
I'm Marilyn Monroe in his face!
Love and Monsters.
Yeah.
Who from that? Oh, Bliss.
Yeah.
Bliss was in 2 pints of lager, packet of crisps. Yeah. Okay.
And she's in Bridge.
Yes. Okay. It all circles back to Bridgerton.
But we will have some good news to report soon.
What?
The wait is so... I can taste it.
Heartstopper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Series 3.
I know.
No, Series 2.
Series 2, yeah.
And it's going to be good.
Well, let's hope. Anyway, do you want to talk about the Cassinis now?
Yeah. We're not sisters, we're married!
See, I like the funny little one at the back, the one with all the notes. She's like,
Trust me to marry a car spotter.
which one's which out of us and them? Who's the nerdy one with all the notes, and who's the one who's driving?
You're the one who's driving, and I'm just the irritating one at the back.
Making all the comments, yeah. So, fun fact, I do, obviously but for listeners' benefit, I do audiobooks. Or I have done.
This is a Willow audiobook.
Over lockdown, I started. One of the ones I did was 5 Children in It, which has a character in it called the Samiad, who's a sand fairy. And I made up a voice for it. And then halfway through doing the book, I realised that I think I based the voice off that woman who had all the notes.
Oh.
So she's like, was she carjacked by 2 people?
Oh.
And I basically did the voice like that for the sand fairy.
Oh. She sounds a bit like Angela Lansbury. I thought that was Angela Lansbury.
What, the one at the back?
Yeah.
No, nothing like her.
Oh, no, a little bit.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Angela Lansbury.
She's a funny little one with round glasses.
I wonder if Angela Lansbury's ever been in Doctor Who.
No.
Ooh, I wonder if you could pick anybody famous, like high profile celebrity to be a version of the Doctor. Who would you choose? Okay, I've got like a few. Like Whoopi.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, Whoopi
okay.
would be quite good.
I say that as if there's loads of Whoopies that you could have been talking about.
I can't say his name. Cillian?
Killian Murphy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He could be great, I think.
Okay, I don't really know him very well.
Because I really want to watch Pinky Blinders.
Pinky Blinders.
What is it called?
Peaky Blinders.
No. Peaky.
It's peaky because of their peaked caps.
Oh.
Not Pinky Blinders, like their little fingers. Sorry, I take the piss out of you so much.
Yeah, he'd be quite good. Whatever I've ever seen him in, he's like, I feel like he's one of those actors, and what I've read about Oppenheimer, he's a method actor.
Okay, yeah.
So he could let it loose with this one.
I don't know. I mean, how do you method act being a Time Lord?
Pocket watch?
What?
A pocket watch. Like, you use a pocket watch.
You just have a pocket watch. Okay, for a minute there, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Yeah.
Is there something about a pocket watch?
Listeners, just. Okay, moving on.
I was thinking, like, you just have a pocket watch.
Yeah, just let's not go there.
Oh my god, is there a Bernard clock here?
Let's not go there.
Oh my god, a Bernard watch.
No, you.
Oh my god, is there a Bernard watch in the heart of the TARDIS?
No, you're going. You were warm and now you're cold. So
okay.
yeah, just forget it. But anyway, what were we saying? Yeah, oh, you were asking about what actor should I cast as the Doctor?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Stephen's really bad with this type of question.
It is a tough. I've answered it before as well on this podcast, but you said like a really famous, high-profile person, and I struggle with that because I think if it's a too well-known person, it sort of takes away from it a little bit.
So, do you think like, has the Doctor Who ever done like a no one?
Yeah, Matt Smith was a no one when he was cast.
Was he?
He was known.
You said he was in things.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He certainly wasn't a household name in any stretch of the imagination. Yeah. David Tennant was barely known when he started it.
Yeah, David Capaldi.
Peter Capaldi, he was well known. Anywho, back to Gridlock. We were talking about the Cassinis. What did you think
She's
about?
Not my sister. We're married.
How many times are you going to say that line?
I love it. I want you to say it.
Brannigan, you know very well we're not sisters. We're married.
We love gay representation.
Well, this is the thing.
Even more when it is lesbians. Do boo boo bee boo.
This is the thing.
Because lesbians are really not as prevalent in media as the gay men. So let's see more lesbians in media.
Especially elderly lesbians.
Elderly lesbians.
Yes, this is what I was going to bring up because Brannigan is like he's homophobic. He's like, oh, you know, no, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to think of you as being married. I call you sisters. And Russell put that in as a reference to say like homophobia is always going to be there. Prejudice is always going to be around. It's just a shame because I think you're supposed to like Brannigan as a character, and then that sort of makes you be like, oh, okay.
Maybe that man could have been the Doctor.
Ardlo Hanlon. Yeah.
Because I feel like he can do quirk.
Oh, definitely, yeah. He would have been good, actually, I think. Can you imagine?
He'd still do it.
Well, he's a bit old now, I would say.
The first Doctor was ancient.
Actually, he wasn't that old.
He had one foot in the grave, Steve.
He was playing older than he really was.
He had one foot in the grave.
Excuse me. That's very disrespectful of the late, great William Hartnell.
Hartnell or Hardnell?
Hartnell, who you once graciously said had a dead mole on his head.
Oh, that episode you maybe watch.
Yeah.
Oh, Stephen, remind me, we've got special episodes.
Yeah, we've got more classics to watch soon for the anniversary.
I'm going to be sick.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited.
I'm not.
Well, we've got one, like, classic, and then we've got the TV movie, which is a lot more accessible.
What gifts am I getting for doing this?
I'll get you... I'll work something out for you. We can negotiate.
When Stephen makes me watch episodes longer than...
An hour.
45 minutes.
No, because some of the Christmas specials are an hour, so say longer than an hour.
Yeah, I need to have a little reward for getting
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah. So, tell me, did you like the whole concept of the episode of like this giant traffic jam where like they move like 5 miles in 12 years?
Okay. I think it was a good concept. I tell you what could have been really cool.
Yeah.
Now, I like this whole idea that he hops.
Oh, hop from car to car.
Yeah.
It's cool.
This story felt like it could have been a lot bigger than what it needed. Because you had these small pockets of cultures.
Exactly. That's one of the things I love about it.
And like you had a man dressed in white and everything was white around him.
Yeah. They had the red man.
And then you had,
the nudists.
The nudist. Then you had the cutie patootie down the bottom.
Oh, your bowler hat man.
Yeah, he was cute and he looked familiar.
Let it not be said I've forgotten my manners.
Yeah. He was very much like the dad out of Mary Poppins.
Oh. I thought you were going to say my parents are aliens. It's a bit like that man.
No.
I
can't remember my parents' name very well.
Yeah, I just think it's really cool because we've all been in those endless traffic jams. It feels like you're never going to get home, you know. And to take that to the extreme, like that's what Doctor Who's good at, I think, taking things that we are familiar with, but
mundane.
Yeah, mundane, and that we're familiar with, and taking them to the extreme.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
Yeah, and like I think it would have been cooler if you could like explore these small pockets of like maybe they could have been bigger, and like this could have been in space, and it was like some tunnel between. Like the safe route, and it was a tunnel between two, like around a certain galaxy, but they were actually the power source for this planet. And so they were going round, but actually they were just generating power, and so
that's quite a good idea, actually, as well. Yeah.
And then you spent a whole season.
Oh, a whole season?
Like 6 episodes, and then the Doctor's like hopping between, like cars and like trying to get to a certain, and he like. It could be quite cool.
It could be. If they'd done that, though, you would have been complaining about that.
Yeah. I'll tell you what could have been cool. What could be cool.
Yeah.
Is like a theatre production of the Doctor and like his companions.
Right.
So like you start off with like Rose.
Oh my God. You could do the ones who've been left behind and like...
Left behind?
Monologues about...
Left behind?
Well, Rose has been left behind in a parallel world, like...
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, monologues from past companions.
Oh, my God. The Doctor is a wrecking ball in people's lives.
He came in like a wrecking ball.
And destroyed people's lives. They love him. He loves them back. And then he destroys their lives. He tries to protect them, and every time he tries too hard, it goes wrong.
Yeah. You're getting it. It's because...
Martha's going to die.
Travelling with the Doctor is a wonderful thing, but...
Too much wonderful.
It comes at a price.
Yeah. Martha's going to die.
Okay. Place your bets now. Well...
Oh my God. That concept I've just come up with. Imagine, like, actually it's a whole series, but every episode is a pocket episode in different cars.
Mm-hmm.
And the Doctor floats... through them, but you don't follow the Doctor, you stay within this pocket. So the Doctor's like weaving in through these stories. So it's a Doctor Who storyline, but it's woven through these mundane people's story lives.
I get that.
I say it once, I say it again. Russell T Davies, my email is billybobboogieBoog@gmail.com. I'm ready to write an episode for you.
Okay.
I was actually going to put my real email, and then I was
no,
like,
please don't. Yeah.
Do you remember when you emailed the wrong Ben?
Oh bloody hell! That is
don't tell the story.
No, that is a funny story. I have to tell it. Remember a few episodes ago, I was talking about my grandpa and my uncle, and when I came out to my grandpa, and I did it by a long email, and I sent my grandpa this long email about I'm gay and blah blah blah, and then he came back to me with a reply, and obviously I was talking to you about it at the time, saying I'm coming out to my grandpa, blah blah blah, and then when he replied to me, I forwarded it to you so you could see his reply. But what I did was I hit forward and then I just typed in Ben, and I assumed the first one I clicked would be you. But for some reason, those of you who know who Ben Foster is, who orchestrated most of Murray Gold's music for Doctor Who, I've had a bit of contact with him in the past, and he was in my email contacts. And so I just emailed Ben Foster my coming out email to my grandpa and my grandpa's reply. And I was like, oh my God. And it was like a second later, and I didn't have the capability to withdraw it. Oh. I just sent one straight back saying, oh, I'm so sorry. Obviously, this was sent to the wrong person. Please ignore. And he never said anything. But yeah, really? But I was so embarrassed. Anyway, so that's a funny story.
Oh, me and Stephen. Oh my God, this is a tangenty episode.
Go on.
We made a new game up in the car.
Oh, yes. I love that.
It's called Counties.
Yeah, it's very much like the I've Got a New Business game.
So we'll demonstrate.
It's basically about making puns. So
yeah.
It started like this.
So I was like, this is the very first one I thought of. I was like, which county is the most apologetic? Sorry.
The answer is Surrey, obviously. Sorry. And then I was like, what did I say? We just came up with loads more. What was some of the best ones?
What country's really bad at singing?
Wales, yes. But that's ironic because they actually are good singers.
Yeah. Stephen wants to think of the ones that he thought.
No, there were some that you said were really good, and I'm trying to think now. Anyway, you've got the gist probably, so if you've got any funny ones, message them in to me.
If this cotton's on, it started here.
Yeah. Oh my God, we should do a TikTok of them because that's the sort of thing that would go well on TikTok, I think.
Like, we come up with this concept.
Copyright About Time podcast, add it to the list.
Thank you very much. All right, carry on, Stephen.
One other thing I really like about this episode, getting back to Doctor Who finally, is that it's kind of a big metaphor for faith. Do you remember that scene where the Doctor's asking about the police and where are they? And
they're dead.
And nobody wants to admit it, that maybe there's no one there. And he says, what if it's just this going round and round and round and there's no one ever there and there's no one going to help you? And it's like a bit like someone saying to a religious person, like, what if there is no God? What if this is just it?
Is he an atheist?
Who?
Russell T.
Oh, I would imagine so, yes.
Stephen's an atheist.
I am pretty much an atheist, yeah.
With a dash of agnostic.
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay.
Brings me comfort.
That's fine. But this is what this is about. This is what this showed when they have their comfort because they...
I will be honest, when they started singing a random song, I was like...
The hymn, yeah.
What?
Yeah, but it's they need something to cling on to, otherwise they'd go insane.
You know the cat nun, Miss Haynes?
Novice Haim, yes.
Oh, I thought it was Hines.
Haim. She's not a tin of beans.
Sisters of Central Plenitude.
Yes.
They come from the planet...
I don't know exactly where they come from, but we saw them in New Earth.
And so New Earth is... Earth?
No, it's
like
another
repop planet.
It's another planet that's very similar.
Is this New Earth?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So the Sisters of Plenitude,
yes.
What is their religion?
I don't know.
Is it like Teletubbies and they just worship the cat in the sun?
I honestly don't know. I think it's kept purposefully vague.
Do you think the Teletubbies are robots?
Ben, we're not talking about Teletubbies.
My brain is whirling, like really whirling, and when I think of these, I need to...
Yes, but how could the Teletubbies be robots?
They have fucking TVs in their stomachs.
Do you know what?
Where's the fucking speaker? Their asshole?
Yeah, it's so funny the number of things you keep saying that I'm like, oh, in a few episodes' time, the resonance of that. You just have a magic way of like hitting the nail on the head sometimes. I don't know how you do it.
I'm just me, but I'm a very
Although,
creative...
to be fair...
I think I'm a very creative thinker.
Yes, and to be fair, you talk a million miles a minute about a million different things, so occasionally, obviously, you're going to strike gold.
Don't! You say that about me all the time, stop.
You know what it reminds me of?
Shh.
That thing about the monkeys, the infinite monkeys...
It's made out of wood. It's made out of wood. It's made out of wood. It's made out of wood.
The infinite monkeys with typewriters will eventually write the works of Shakespeare. If Ben keeps blithering for a million years...
Made out of wood.
He'll eventually come up with all the plots of the Doctor Who episodes.
This is Benjamin on the About Time podcast. He is peacing out right now because his boyfriend's a massive twat. Goodbye and so long and stay away.
Stay away?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Stephen's mean.
Am I doing the rest of it on my own then?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just thought it was funny. Something that made me absolutely cackle. I think it's because I've never watched it with subtitles on before. When the hymn finished, they finished singing, and then the orchestra carries on playing, and the subtitles came up and said, "Orchestra plays schmaltzy outro." Do you know what schmaltz is? It's like
some hot drink.
No, it's just like it means when music or something is like really ridiculously sentimental and over the top.
Puke.
It's quite a derogatory term, I would think, and it's like whoever wrote the subtitles was like saying, "Ugh, was this music really necessary?" And I'm like, "Excuse me, don't you dare slander my Bessie Murray Gold like that."
Schmaltzy.
Yeah.
And waltzy.
I'm wondering if it comes from that because
sounds like a Jewish word.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was about to say. It sounds like it could be a Yiddish thing. I have to Google it, but I can't be bothered now.
Okay.
But anywho. Love that bit at the end when he opens up the hatches and the sunlight comes in and they're all looking up like they haven't seen it in years.
Yeah.
That bit's so heartwarming. And when she's like with the kittens, like, look, children, it's the sun. It's the sunlight.
You haven't seen the sun because you're fucking cats born on a ship.
And some gorgeous music there as well.
La-dee-da-dee-dum. Thank you.
It's called The Doctor Forever, that music.
The Doctor Forever. Boo, 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 boo. Whoa.
That's not how it goes.
La-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-doo.
And then we need to talk about the end with the face of Bo and his death. I know it's quite a serious moment, but it's funny when Martha runs in and she's never seen the face of Bo before, and he's out of his tank and he's just this massive face lying on the floor, and she comes in and she's like, "What is that? What the fuck is that?"
Imagine if the face of Bo went, Doctor, come closer. Doctor, come closer. You've lost the game.
I was literally about to say, if you weren't going to say that, I was going to make that joke next. So the face of Bo gave his final secret.
You're not alone. There's a man called your twin.
It's such a shame that you have been spoiled.
How have I been spoiled?
Because of things you've said in the past, you've seen things.
Like what?
Well, you know...
Stephen, I don't have very much hard drive for remembering Doctor Who things.
Oh, okay. Anywho, so what do you think that's all about then?
It's the Master.
Well, why do you think that?
Because it means that... Because the storyline's getting a bit stale now and they need to mix it up a bit.
But why would it be the Master? It could be any Time Lord.
They need a villain.
Okay.
And they want to play with the big bad idea this series.
Maybe. We'll see.
And what better... They've had the Cybermen, they've had the Daleks. What better to have a villain of your own species to fight?
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then what an amazing thing it could be that we could repopulate the Time Lords and then fight the Daleks again, go back into that time, fight the Daleks with a massive gang of peeps and defeat. You just have to wait till he turns into Jodie Whitt or you turn into someone else. Or you have a kind of like weird thing where you produce eggs out of your belly button. Or you just divide, like you multiply.
Okay.
Or you have a hand that chopped off and it grows into another person.
Oh yeah, Jack's got a hand of the Doctor.
Yeah, he uses it, believe me.
What for?
Oh, you know what for.
Okay, we're not going there.
Jack is a bit of a...
I think Jack being the operative word.
Yeah, Jack is a man of many talents.
Okay.
And Yanto is one of them.
Anyway, we're not on that.
I miss them.
I know you do. I
miss my babes.
We will see your babes again before long, in due course. I felt so sorry for Martha, though, when she said to him, "What does the face of Bo mean? You are not alone. Is it because you've got me?" She was so hopeful, and the Doctor, did you see his face? He almost laughed at her.
Yeah.
I felt so sorry for her then. He was like, I don't think so.
He's a bit mean.
Yes. Bless her.
This is a rebound of epic proportions because she's going to die. She's going to give her life to save him.
I think he likes her. Like, he respects...
Finds her attractive.
No, I don't think it's that. I don't think he finds her attractive. I think it's just that... I think he sees a lot of good in her, definitely, but he is blinded to how he's treating her.
And she's smart. She's intellectual. And she is top of the leaderboard for...
Companions.
Companions.
What, does she even exceed Donna in what you saw of her? Because I know we only saw one episode of Donna.
But Donna was good.
Yeah.
But it's hard to...
She may exceed her for now, but wait till Series 4. Yeah. Yeah, anything else you wanted to say about Gridlock?
CGI wasn't bad.
I do think it's getting better.
It is getting better. It is still a bit... This is what I use very loose terms. Like, it was still a bit sketchy even for the time. Like... because of like some of the ways that he looked against the backdrop. It didn't look... It looked like he had just stepped into an animation where it didn't look real.
I know what you mean.
Like, the set that he was on sometimes, like, didn't blend with the CGI very well.
Yeah, 100%.
And that, I don't know, just was a bit of a... But I think having the I think they did the best with what they had. I think I've got to the point where I've seen enough Doctor Who to think to myself, do you know what? I think I've seen the worst.
Just accept it as well.
And you've got to accept it, because there's nothing I can do to change it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing they can do to change it, because it's made, and it was made like a couple of decades ago.
Yeah. The graphics are a lot better now, though. I mean, but you've got a long way to go.
If you think about graphics and what people can do at home versus what people can do in a studio.
Yeah.
Like, this is what people can do at home now.
Oh, I think people can do even better than this. Yeah. But no, I mean, like, in terms of like the trailer for the upcoming specials, like, you can see, and they're not even finished. But they may be now. But when the trailer
I can't wait to watch the series when it comes on in November.
You can't.
I can, and I will.
You cannot.
I can.
What, you're watching the specials?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
It will spoil things.
Anyhow, should we rank?
Okay. Hello. Sorry to say that at this point, randomly our microphones decided to stop working, so we've had to switch to the backup recording for this next section, which is quite a bit lower quality, but at least it means you get to hear the rest of our chat. So here we go. So you tell me, where's it going to go for you?
I would place this...
Obviously, it's better than last week's.
Yes. I'd play this I would think I would go just under Christmas Invasion.
Okay.
Because I think it's a good episode. I like the concept a lot. I like that it has some actually quite good actors in it. And they redeemed the cat nuns, which I liked.
So for you, it's going number 12.
Yeah.
Between Christmas Invasion and Bad Wolf.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's a good place, really. For me, I really like this episode, actually. I'm putting it at number 10 between Love and Monsters and The Christmas Invasion.
Ooh.
Because I was going to put it higher than Love and Monsters, but then I thought, actually, Love and Monsters has got a really strong sort of emotional heart to it. I don't know, I find it very hard ranking things, as you know. But that's my decision, it's going to go number 10. Right, now, the question is, shall I tell you the title of the next week's episode?
Yes, you said it was a two-parter.
It is a two-parter. The title the episode is exactly what it says on the tin, so the title will give it away. Maybe I could tell you the initials of the title.
Okay.
D-I-M.
Dr. Inmarth.
Dr. Inmarth! No, we're not going there.
Doctor...
What begins with a D that you know is coming up in this series because you saw the trailer?
Dalek.
Plural.
Invades Martha.
No. Daleks in...
Madness.
No, Manhattan.
We're going back to the future?
No.
We're going to modern day?
No.
We're going back to past?
Well, that's the only other option, isn't it?
Okay.
You'll see. It's a fun one.
1920s, 1930s.
Why? Why do you think that?
But that's my guess, because...
Is that because aesthetically, when you think of New York in the past, that's what you think?
The golden age of New York is around about the 20s and 30s.
No, you're absolutely right. Anywho. So, apologies for the drop in audio quality. Just realised that microphones stopped recording for some reason. But we've rectified that now. Just in time to say goodbye. Thank you for listening once again. Always a pleasure to be talking about Doctor Who for you. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
The links to all our places you can find us on the internet are in the show notes, as always. So check us out there. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, our Discord server.
Soon to come threads.
We're not doing threads.
Soon to come threads.
We are not doing threads.
Soon to come threads.
And until next time, when we'll be visiting Daleks in Manhattan, stay fantastic. This is Sally Calypso. Bye-bye now. No, Sally Calypso, I'm afraid she's just a hologram. Anyway, bye.
Bye.